Hello, my family, my friends, mi familia. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivy and welcome back to the Witchpreneur channel, or if you're new here, hello, hi, welcome. Today we are going to be talking about some brand new tarot decks that are going to be releasing over the course of the summer. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, if I look super tired, I feel like you could see like my eye bags. I apologize. I am super tired because I stayed up watching Bridgerton. And I shouldn't have done that because I had to get up early. Let's go ahead and get started with some tarot decks that are going to be coming out during summer. Per usual, I'm going to start with the beginning of summer and make my way towards the end of summer and as time goes on. So we are going to start with the decks that come out in June and then work our way towards July and then August. Starting with the very first tarot deck, and it comes out June 4th, and that is the Ghostbusters Tarot Deck and Guidebook, and this is made by Insight Editions as the author, Amy Chase as the author, and Ben Turner as the illustrator. So this, if you see me looking this way, it's because I have it pulled up on my computer. This deck is inspired by, you guessed it, the Ghostbusters. And you can see here that I'm going to show you the cards. It looks pretty nice. Like, if you are a fan of the Ghostbusters, you would definitely like this deck. I like how it still takes like the traditional poses. For example, the Fool card here literally looks like the Rider-Waite Tarot where somebody's like jumping off. You pretty much get still the same gist of what the card traditionally means. So you do get some like aspects of like the classical tarot while mixing in, you know, Ghostbusters with it. You know, you get the Devil, the High Priestess, you get all these cards that are relevant to the Ghostbusters but still hold a little bit of the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot to them. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of the Ghostbusters, so I'm not sure if I would enjoy this one too much. I like that even the minor arcana isn't too pip-ish, like it still has some detail to it, which I enjoy, because I don't really like pip decks. If you're doing tarot and you're doing it both like intuitively and also doing it traditionally, like reading the cards and knowing the descriptions, it's hard to do that with a pip deck, and I like that you can still get the gist of what each means and still get an intuitive reading. However, there's not too much going on in the background that would allow you to do so as well. So while it's not completely pippish, it does seem a little bit lacking in the sense if you wanted to use it intuitively. Okay, so the next deck also comes out on June 4th, and it is called Black Violet Tarot, and this is by Heidi Phelps. So this deck is black and white, and this one also looks pretty simplistic, so if you're a fan of simplistic cards, you will enjoy this one. It also contains that whole kind of like traditional Rider-Waite, as in like you kind of get the gist of what each card means. And it has like a very like gothic-y tone to it. Like, I really like this deck because it has like a goth look slash vibe to it. For example, again, we're going to use the Fool card as an example. And you have like this like woman that's about to like jump right over a cliff. Like, she's holding a bouquet of flowers. Like, she's about to like get married. She's about to like just jump off the cliff and trust the universe to catch her. I really do enjoy the cards. I think they're beautiful. I think even though it doesn't completely have too much, again, in the background, there are subtle things that you can use to sort of understand the concept if you wanted to use it via intuitively. I still think a bit of that is still in there, you know, like the Ace of Cups, for example. Even though it's pretty simplistic, you get the gist of like, oh, the water is flowing out, you're you know, you're emotionally, your cup is very full to the point where you can sort of disperse that onto other people. And you kind of see that with the Ace of Cups card. So I like this one, and honestly this might be one that I might purchase for my best friend actually, because she's very into like the whole like gothic-y Art Nouveau sort of thing. I really like it. I really like it. That one I really enjoy. And that one's going to be $29.95 US. I forgot to tell you. And the other one's $26.03. The next one is going to be coming out on July 8th. And it is called the Good Fortune Tarot. Now this one is again so beautiful. Like, I love the back of the cards. The back of the cards reminds me of the Everyday Witch Tarot, I believe. Yeah, the Everyday Witch Tarot. It reminds me of like kind of like the same color scheme and things like that. I really enjoy that one. I also think, I don't know, I really like this one a lot. It has a classic-y feel to it. It has very traditional Rider-Waite, however, with a little bit more of a different feel, a more like cartoony, classical cartoony feel, and it also gives a very like lighthearted feel. So if you wanted to give a tarot reading without it feeling too intense, I feel like this deck would help you do so. I love how vivid the colors are. I love how vibrant it all is. I love that there's so much to sort of analyze if you did want to do this intuitively while again still sticking to the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. And I still like how, again, it sticks to the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, but it still has a lot of unique art styles to it as well. And that one is going to be again $32.99 on July 8th. The next one that we're going to talk about is called the Julanda Witch Tarot, the healing art of the magic. This one is, if you hear that, I apologize, that is my dog. So that one is going to be coming out on July 9th, and this one is going to be $40, so it's going to be a little bit more. This one's cute. Again, I like it. It reminds me of, there was this one cartoon back in the 90s that had like, it gives me this vibe. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it, but if you know what I'm talking about, it has like the same sort of art style. This one does stray a little bit from the Rider-Waite tarot, but I still again think that there's so much for you to grasp if you wanted to use this intuitively. I like how they put animals in there too, so if you are the type of person that like looks up like spirit animals and what each one means, you might grasp a little bit more with this one. Also, if you want to get the gist of spirit animals and you like to use that, you like to interpret those things, this would be a good one for you as well, because while it still contains people, there are a lot of animals throughout the whole deck, which I really enjoy. I love the whole scenery. It's very different. It's very unique. I also like how the minor arcana has like the top of the card, it tells you like, oh, Ace of Coins, and then at the very bottom it has like what it symbolizes. So birth, something new, and then you have that like very descriptive illustration. I enjoy that a lot. I'm gonna have my eye on this one. Let me know what you guys think of this one though. And then the next one that I absolutely freaking love is the Choose Your Own Adventure Tarot deck. I'm so excited for this one. This one gives me very like Dungeons and Dragons sort of style, you know, like it's like those children's books. I really like this one a lot. So this one is going to be out on July 16th for $24.99. And it is by Rana Tahir, and the illustrations are by Brian Anderson. I really like this deck so much. This is definitely going to be one that I get. It has a very like fantasy, whimsical sort of vibe, which a lot of those Choose Your Own Adventure books, I believe, were like that. I love that. I love that we're seeing like people from all aspects of life. We have some disability representation here. It's just so cute. We have some LGBTQIA+ representation here. I love that. I love this deck a lot. like this one really speaks to me. I love the vivid colors. I like how you can literally use colors to make your own interpretations. A chakra system, for example, you can use as well. It's so beautiful and detailed, including the minor arcana. I love how we're getting all kinds of representation here, and it's just so whimsical, and I love this one. I'm definitely going to be getting this one, but let me know what you guys think. I absolutely love it. Okay, the next deck that we're going to talk about is one that I think I talked about in like the beginning of the year with like tarot decks that are coming out in 2024. However, this one didn't really have any photos, and they have added actual illustrations to these tarot cards, so I'm very excited for that. And it is the This Might Hurt tarot deck that comes out July 16th for $26.99. It is by Isabella Rotman, and it does not tell me the illustrator here. Yeah, it doesn't tell me the illustrator on the deck either, but this is Liminal 11, and Liminal 11 probably makes my favorite tarot decks. They're the ones that made the Modern Witch deck. They're the ones that made the Luna Soul Tarot, I believe it's called, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. They've made like my top favorite like tarot decks, so I know that this one is going to be great. Amazing quality, always have good vibes with their decks. I love them so much, and this one too, I love it. I'm already looking at them and I'm like, yes, it has those soft colors that like the Luna Soul Tarot deck had, and but it still maintains like a very, again, like the Rider-Waite Tarot, but very animated, very like positive, vibey, and very like whimsical and childlike. I would say like it feels very like childlike, the illustrations. I just love it. I love it. I love how these people are drawn. I love how they take the classic Rider-Waite Tarot but make it modern and add their own additional touches that just add so much to the tarot deck if you wanted to use this intuitively. This is again another one that I'm like, I'm gonna need this. Like, I'm definitely gonna need this deck. It still has simplistic elements to it, like it's not overly complicated, but to the point where you can still get the gist of what each card means. And if you wanted to read it intuitively, you can do so as well. Like, this is one that I would very much recommend for beginners. Like, there's just so much that you can get, and again, we have a lot of representation here. We have, again, LGBTQIA. We have people from all aspects of life, disability representation. We have people of all ages. We have, you know, gender. We have gender variations. We have different body sizes. We have different races here. And I love that. Again, I love when like a deck just feels very inclusive, when I can see myself and like the people that I know and love in a deck. That just makes a deck just so much more like rewarding and like beautiful to me, and it makes me feel more connected to it. And when you can see yourself in a deck, especially when you're doing your own readings or for someone you love, it's just, you're gonna feel a stronger bond to that deck. So I really like this one a lot, and again, this is probably gonna be another one that I might have to buy. Okay, now the next two are both Funko Tarot decks. They both come out the same day, August 6th, and they're both by Minerva Siegel. Minerva Siegel, we already know, made the Hocus Pocus deck, which I do own now, made the Night for Christmas deck, which I also own. She made like all like the Disney decks, and we are seeing that again. She is redoing the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, but making it Funko Pop edition. This one, again, it follows her style, which is pretty simplistic. However, we see a lot of cute characters. There's not too much going on, but I do love that we get those pop of colors, and I love that we get, I don't know, this is one that it might not be one that's good for like beginners, especially if you wanted to do intuitive readings, but if you wanted to do like a traditional reading, you might be able to do so. What I don't like is that I only see photos of the major arcana, which makes me think that that the Minor Arcana is gonna be very Pip. Same thing, she did the Disney Villains Tarot deck, and we see the Major Arcana. I love I love Disney Villains. I still have yet to get the other deck. We're seeing the Major Arcana, but we're also, oh, actually, no, this one we do see the Minor Arcana, and the Minor Arcana is also very illustrated. Okay, so that gives me hope for the Night Before Christmas deck. I don't know why they only put the Major Arcana in that one. I love that. Okay, so it's probably going to be very detailed. It looks like we're going to have illustrations throughout the Major and the Minor Arcana, and we don't have to worry about having a lot of like Pip colors, Pip illustrations in between like we got with the first Night Before Christmas deck that I did not enjoy. If you're a beginner to tarot that enjoys Disney, that knows these villains very well and knows their storylines, you might be able to get something out of this. For example, the Nine of Cups here. We know that Nine of Cups means you feel very fulfilled, you feel very rewarded, like you're at a good place. And we see here the Sea Witch Ursula living her best life when she gets the King's Trident. So I feel like if you're a beginner to tarot and you want to learn tarot and you're very into Disney villains, this might be a good deck for you. But again, if you know tarot really well and you like Disney villains, you might like it as well. I definitely have my eye on this one. It looks more detailed than the other Disney villains deck. I feel like that one was a bit more Pippish, but I could be wrong because I personally don't have it, so I don't know. So let me know if you guys have that. And that one's going to be 27. Again, they're both going to be $27.99 and they come out August 6th. So that is it, you guys, for tarot decks that are going to be coming out during the month of June, July, and August. So during summer, I picked decks specifically that were only on Amazon because I want it to be very like versatile. So like if you live on in another country, you could still have access to these decks. I didn't want to recommend decks that are not going to be available to you, so that's why I was trying not to do like Etsy and stuff, even though yes, I do want to support smaller businesses and their creativity. I might do a whole separate video on like smaller businesses and their tarot decks, and then do one specifically for like just like Amazon and stuff where you can pretty much get it worldwide. So anyways, you guys, that is it. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe and subscribe to my channel. We talk about magical things, mystical things, and the supernatural. I usually post once a week. And yes, stay tuned for an announcement. I'm going to be coming out with my Magical Tarot Academy. So if you guys are into tarot, you guys, or you want to learn tarot, please stay tuned. Please stay tuned for an announcement video. I have a Magical Tarot Academy where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do tarot from like beginning all the way to complex things. And it's going to be a course that I come out with, and then that one's going to be coming out probably towards the end of summer. So stay tuned for that announcement. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified when I post. Also, if you like this video, be sure to put a big thumbs up, and then put like that little Joker card if you got to the end. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!